Another nice day, Gregory. We made it again. It's actually cold a little bit. The temperature has dropped lower than I expected. I think the morning was about 16 or 17 degrees Celsius, and currently it feels like 20. Yeah, can't complain. Better than frying in the sun, which is behind these thick clouds. It's actually very nice. Hasn't been raining or anything. Yeah. Reasonable. Peaceful. Grass is growing. What does it say there? 45 decibels in the park. On that screen. That's a noise measurement. I bet if that noise goes too high, they are polluting the air with noise. Oh, that's the ginkgo tree. Green leaves are out. So many of these ginkgo nuts that dropped. Some tiny ginkgo trees are growing there. Wow. Millions drop down, but only few are growing under the tree. Can make a bonsai. Oh, this tree almost died. One of those fungus got it, and the beetles that spread that fungus. Terrible, nothing lives in it. This part is still green, but no, this was cut already. Will it live? Oh, some ants are walking on it. Might die. Oh, what is this? That's a wasp, not the ant queen. They almost look similar. My ants, well, they are hanging in there, The carpenter ants finally laid some eggs, but it's like maybe 6 of these eggs. I don't know, they were kind of slow, and the numbers went down since last year. I don't know why. Something got poisoned. Not sure what. Could be anything, right? Yeah. And then the Formica is doing good. They're indestructible, but they run like panicky rockets if something happens. My gosh, there's no way I can catch this kind of ant when it escapes. And then I have 2 other ones. Yeah, they're doing okay. I fed my ants last time cooked egg and egg white, and then I fed them the liver, chicken liver. Was it chicken? Maybe pork. I don't remember. I think chicken. So they love that stuff somehow. I think even the carpenter ants have moved that to their nest. So yeah, I have carpenter ants. I have the kind that doesn't require wet nest. Camponotus cusiensis. Camponotus of Kyushu. pretty chill, but these ants are huge and they multiply really slowly. It's almost surprising how they even survive in the nature. They barely survive in my setup. Yeah, I looked at the page of the guy who sells these ants. There are so many tropical ones, and not even from Japan. But they get sold for like over $100 just for the queen and maybe a few ants. Must be a good business. I think that guy quit his job just to do the ant business now. You want to see them in the house? Yeah, the carpenter ones are like 1 centimeter long, quite amazing, easy to observe. You gotta keep them in a controlled environment. Camponotus. Yes, Japan. Yes, you made it. Welcome to Tokyo. And a nice relaxing afternoon in the park. Your neighbor had carpenter ants? I heard they they have the ability to drill through the wood, but luckily they do not eat that wood like termites. So they are not such a huge threat. I see them everywhere, like here, but they never hang out in like a tree that's dying. Maybe they know it. It's interesting. And the one that Camponotus cuensis, that is, usually ants need a wet nest, so you need to give them moisture. But that one doesn't require moisture. It's really unusual. They in here, they live in a place where bamboo are growing, and they nest in the dead bamboo inside, in the dry places. The houses are wood, yeah. Well, if you have a wooden house, you probably have to worry. But here, I hear only termites attacking the wooden houses, and that's the end of your house, I guess. You need to exterminate them and take care of, check your support columns, logs of wood, because once those go, your house goes down. I mean, the traditional Japanese house. We have some formicas running around. Some of these ants have different defenses. The fire ants have stingers like bees. Formicas, formic acid, and they spray that at insects. I think other ants also have the formic acid. Dissolve thy enemy. They've been mowing this place. Lawn is freshly mowed. This is the winter sweet. It's some kind of an apricot, but inedible. I made a bonsai out of this. Indestructible, nice tree with beautiful nice smelling yellow flowers. In January. They bloom in January. Oh, cherry. Cherries, are dropping down now. It's just around end of May. They are all ripe. Oh, beautiful leaves. Nice. Wow, so relaxing. Oh, cherries. Cherries. Cherry bonsai. You can actually, during COVID, people couldn't do the ohanami, so they went and bought cherry bonsai trees to do ohanami at home with the tree. That must have been a big business. Oh, ambulance approaching. And it passed. Sakura, yes, beautiful sakura. But that's all gone. You gotta wait till next year. Or you can go and find sakura that blooms in winter or the autumn. There are a few varieties that do it. And it's very lovely to see some flowers. Some maple here. Fresh green leaves. This looks gorgeous in the autumn. Turns colors if the weather is right. Nice reds, yellows. Too cute. Yeah, it's nice to sit under the tree and eat some tasty lunch. Just saw some people over there doing barbecuing, when it's the cherry blossom season. Everyone wants to barbecue under. There's only like 1 or 2 cherry trees in the barbecue area. People all sit around it and barbecue. It's nice. Well, looks like they are mowing the lawn here. That's why we have those pylons set. I like this park center over there, that's a new building. It will be very useful, in the summer when it's air conditioned and you can go chill in there. Oh, look at these vines growing down here. Right there, when they're mowing the lawn, there's also an area where they don't mow the lawn. So to get good environment for some insects like dragonflies, grasshoppers. And these love to thrive in unmowed lawn. And then you can go and see if they really exist. Like go and take photos. Maybe the park does a tour. Oh, look at these guys. Look like bombers or something. Probably to the airbase. Boeing? No, these guys, I know planes. Enter the clouds. Yeah, too high to see what it is. Could be Dornier. Could be anything. Honda has a jet. Did you guys know? I went to the factory where they assemble them, like a luxury jet airplane with beams of cherry blossoms, yes, and Japanese swords. Like this was what the design was inside, pictured after. Wow, they really mold this place. Now they have the other part of the park to do. But you know, if you are a real airplane enthusiast, Flight Radar 24 is your friend. Or if you have your own radio, you can set up your own antenna and a decoder to decode where the airplanes are coming and going, flying, landing, you know, that stuff. Get a radio. You can hear all the traffic from the air bases, Haneda, Narita. Pretty exciting. And then you can take all your cameras, binoculars to the airport. There are various observation parks at the end of the runways. Anyone is welcome to go there and wait for the airplanes and wave them off or take photos of them. It's it's like a hobby, you know. Some people take photos of the trains only, and then there are the people who take photos of the airplanes only. Sometimes, you know, it's crazy. Like one guy has a camera, video camera, second streaming camera, or third camera, photographic camera, then a radio, then another radio, then an iPad with Flight Radar 24, and then it's such a crazy hobby. And probably the photo camera costs like $10,000, so he can take nice photos. And it's really nice, you know, the parks at the end of the runways, there's toilets, and you know the right elevation to see the incoming, outgoing airplanes. You can use some telescopes or binoculars if you want to really watch the airport. Or you can just go to the airport. They have observation decks, of course. You can spot things from there. But you know, if the wind changes, the approach to the runway changes to the other end. So you have to hop into the car and drive like, you know, 20 minutes till you reach the other park on the other end of the runway. Then you can take photos again. I was really impressed with, because the ANA, All Nippon Airways, have airplanes that fly to Honolulu, Hawaii, and they are painted like turtles. So I was at one of the parks. It was cloudy, and you couldn't actually, you know, see anything much. But when the airplane was approaching, you know, you could see it on the screen, on the radar, like Flight Radar 24, for example. You knew it's gonna come in a second, and then you were right at the end of the runway in that park, so the airplanes come and like really low and slow, and you see like this head of a turtle emerging from the clouds, and then like the whole body and the whole airplane. It's so cool. I think there were 3 or 2 airplanes. I don't know if they still fly, but I bet they do. Before that, I think there were Star Wars airplanes, the droids. There was a Darth Vader one, I think. Yeah, but they didn't they weren't as fun as the turtles that go to Hawaii, because the turtles go to Hawaii in the ocean from here by the Kuroshio current. So it's like a turtle floating in the ocean. Oh, it's so cloudy today. Mount Fuji is usually there, but not today. I guess you have to wait till winter. What we have here, usual traffic. Bicycle path. Red light. No, not red light yet. That was a moving truck. Like when you move, you pack your house into a truck, and they take your stuff and unpack it at your new house. And over there, heavy load waiting. Maybe the guy is taking a lunch break. Here you can see the cycling path and the pedestrian path. Wish all the roads were like this. Usually there's no space. Nor some roads are so narrow. Sometimes you can go buy a house, but if the road is so narrow, you can never drive your car to your house. It just won't fit. Residential area. Also many herbs growing here. It's actually, these herbs here are the cheapest tea in Japan. You can get 50 bags of this tea for like $2, $3. It's supposed to be one of those good for health, purifying herbal teas. You could actually grow it yourself. Look at this. This is the plant. It smells fishy, but the tea is like a premium tea. Like if you go and have a clean place and you harvest this, dry those leaves, and then completely like roast them a little bit and dry them into powder. Wow, the tea is just so delicious. Wow, look at this. Wild strawberries. Look at that. There are some people who know how to forage for food. So in the spring there are lots of edible plants growing everywhere. They just go and collect them, then cook them and eat them. Quite nice knowledge. Some normal people, you know, they wouldn't have known that something is growing there. Oh, it says beware of crows. They have a nest here. They might attack you. Nice warning.